Does it bother you to hear people, particularly folks on the right, who
Mm,
question the president's stamina and mental acuity?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's my brother, and it's not about the president. I mean, that's when I was 10 years old, and people questioned him and or made fun of him less that he was stupid because he stuttered. I mean, people think when you're stuttering, you can't get the words out that you're stupid. Yeah, it bothered me. I want to smack him, but you know, just look at him. Look what he's done. You can say a lot of things about him, but you can't take away the achievements that he has accomplished and what he has done just in his first year and a half. How long it's been that he's been
Yep,
president,
year
and
and a
his
half.
whole life. Yeah, and his whole life in the United States Senate. I mean, he's done remarkable. He's done remarkably well. And there's a quote that Ben Nighthorse Campbell said when he was running for Senate, which I've used, that you cannot lead unless you can heal. And we need someone who can heal and who is, when I said I described him as being whip smart. And by that I mean it's one thing to have knowledge, but to be able to transfer that knowledge into wise decisions is another step. And
Hmm.
Joe has the empathy and the knowledge and the clarity of vision to lead. And if I said, take a look at what he's done.
Right. I got to get you in a couple of questions before we go to audience questions. I mean, as you just said, take a look at his accomplishments. Take a look at what he's done. Um, I follow this. I cover this, excuse me, every day, and that's why I said I know what the president's accomplishments are. And yet, the president's approval ratings they're low. Why don't you think that the accomplishments of the president are not being viewed as favorably as they probably should by the American people? Why aren't the poll numbers higher?
Okay, well, couple of reasons, Jonathan, and you know this as well as I, that polls are just a snapshot in time, and they come and go. Certainly, you look at them, but you don't live your life by them as a leader. I think that things are so hard right now for most Now, again, I'm making a generalized statement, but I think it's pretty true. I mean, American families are really hurting. And middle class, like what we grew up with, middle class American families. We have inflation that is not Joe's fault. He has to figure out how to handle it and work, and Congress has to work with him. But we have inflation. We had COVID. We had Putin, big example right now. We have terrible what families are having to make choices between putting gas in their tank, food on the table, buying medicine, educating their children, sending them to school, going back to work. All we are burdened, and the operative word, I think, particularly in the younger generation, is fear. Fear of burden and debt and what's happening in the climate, what's happening to planet Earth. So I don't. I said to Joe, we've done so much good. We have to get the word out. We have to tell people. But he said, same thing that President Obama had said. It's not time, Valerie, to take a victory lap. You just got to keep plowing through. And I think that it's really hard to see a grand picture or a grand scheme of where America has risen with NATO and our stand in the world, and where we have risen with jobs and infrastructure, when you are worried about your own kids, and not about education at large, but about your own school and your own safety and the quality of your water and your air. So I think people's heads are down more, understandably, because we've been through one heck of uh, I would say 6 years,
Mm.
because the 4 years of the former presidency, did not appeal to our better angels. Everything was divisive. Everything was, if I'm going to get where I'm going to get because I'm going to put you down and I'm going to stand on you. That's how I'm going to get ahead. So these years have been very divisive, and I don't think we've had time to, to breathe and worry about. We just had to worried about ourselves. Understandable. I don't know if I answered your question. Did I?
Yeah, you did. You
Okay.
did. I'm gonna